Dever al foyalach miketev yashut zorayim. Rababi miyetav elacha yagu yagu. Rakinecha shabit simolach ushahim tireh. Yatarnai machsi elyon samtam yonech. Oteneh lacharaav nega. Lo yikrav elecha. Yimach havita velach. Yorecha b'chod yerachecha.
I want to invite the immediate mourners to chairs, please. For everyone else, you can gather around the tent. Friends, our service is about to begin. I would ask if you have a cellular device to please turn it to the off position. Officiating our service today will be Rabbi Jeremy Fine from Congregation B'nai Tikva.
The Jewish people respond to death with 3 words of blessing. Baruch Dayan Ha'emet. Praise be the Judge of Truth. Adonai Natan v'Adonai Lakach Yehi Shem Adonai Mevorach. God has given and God has taken, and through this we continue to remember Michael's name, his life, and his legacy. In the words of Ecclesiastes, a season is set for everything, a time for every experience under the heaven, a time for dancing and a time for wailing, a time for birthing and a time for dying, a time for speaking and a time for silence, a time for seeking and a time for losing. Michael was preceded in death by his parents, Irving and Ruth, and his siblings, Clifford and David. He was survived by his sibling, Gary, his sister-in-laws, Julietta and Sherry, his spouse, Roxy, and many friends, nephews, nieces, and extended family. The Jewish people turned to Psalms for words of comfort. Psalm 23. Mizmor LeDavid Adonai ro'i lo echsar, bitnodesha yarbitzeni almei minuchot yancheni. Navshi ye shoivev yancheni leman zedek leman shemo. Gam ki elech begates al mavet lo irara ki hata imadi. Shiftecha umishantecha hema yachamuni. Ta'aroch lefane shochan negav sorarai. Dishanta b'shemen roshi kose revaya. Ach tov v'chesed yerdefuni kol yemei chayai. V'shavti b'veit Adonai le'orach yamim. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads beside me the still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in straight paths for his name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for art thou with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. L'chu vanim shimuli, yirat Adonai alachem. Come, my children, and listen carefully. You will learn what it means to fear God. who is eager for life, who desires years of good fortune. Guard your tongue from evil, your lips from deceitful speech. Shun evil and do good. Seek and pursue it. Sharamalot Esa Einai El Heharim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri Ezri Me'im Adonai Ose Shemayim Va'aretz. I turn my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from God, the maker of heaven and earth. Our biblical Abraham began his journey alongside Sarah and God, and there was a bit unknown, but it was a constant journey of learning for Abraham about the world around him, human behavior, and the divine that carried him through. Michael, or Mickey to so many, was a man of great interest. He always wanted to learn, in the classroom and through the world he encountered. And like Abraham, he wanted to teach. The life of an educator is not merely to regurgitate information, but to teach inquiring minds about the subject and world around them. Born March 6, 1947 in Chicago, Mickey attended Marquette Grammar School. Gary remembered fondly that after school they would take a short walk to Hebrew school at Lawn Manor, and he and Mickey would go straight to the rec center and played ping pong all the time. The family lived in Chicago until Clifford passed away of blessed memory, and then they moved to Morton Grove, where Mickey attended Maine High School. As I was told, he was classmates with Hillary Rodham, and because of that, he once got an invitation to the White House. His senior year, the school split, so he graduated technically from Maine East. Gary joked that Mickey didn't realize you needed good grades for college until later on in high school. But once he did, he got really great grades, and he was able to get into Indiana State and graduated from there. Eventually, he did 1 year of grad school at Wisconsin in geography, a degree he would later finish. Gene shared that as a child, unbeknownst to the family, he would go with his friends to Melcher School to play baseball, and he was actually a pretty good athlete. Besides this small little secret, which he apparently kept from Gary, he adored his family. Sherry shared that Mickey was extremely devoted to his mother. Whenever he had to make a decision, he would ask himself, what would my parents do? And he loved his brother David of blessed memory as well. He was close with Gary as a child since they were only a few years apart. In the last few years, they also got even closer. Sherry added that they loved each other as brothers, and it was seen in their back and forths. Gene also said that the Hokin boys were always known for their advice. You could always go to Mickey first to help teach you something new. Mickey had a love of education. From his travels, his collections, and mostly seen through his dedication of 40 years as a CPS teacher. He impacted a lot of lives. He began teaching geography and eventually switched schools to maintain his subject, but eventually, as many know, geography was no longer a mandatory subject. So he taught English as a second language. Later in life, he also taught at colleges like Truman and Oakton and Northeastern. And while he was teaching, he also would love to travel. He collected tchotchkes from all over the world, masks and letter openers, and he still has multiple storage units full of this stuff. Antiques from everywhere. Old papers. Mickey's prized part of the collection, I was told, was a business card from Alicia Gray, who invented the telephone. Don't let history fool you. But Alexander Graham Bell actually got to the patent office before he did. He traveled to over 50 countries, and he loved this so much because he became a part-time travel agent while teaching. His favorite place to send people? Las Vegas. And anytime anyone ever wanted to go to the islands, he just sent them to the Bahamas because they were all so similar and the Bahamas were the cheapest. Mickey was an avid stamp collector. Another way to see the world. He went to stamp shows. He was great at ping pong And he also got his Series 7's license and became a part-time stockbroker. He sold socks to school teachers. He was the first to have this passion before David and Gary. Roxy, who he married in 2022, told me that Mickey taught her a lot. She took care of him because Mickey loved her too much. They were never apart, 24/7 together since their marriage. Mickey always wanted to please her and give her the best, and he was a wonderful husband, she said. Mickey loved eating at different restaurants. They traveled together. They drove to Canada to see Tom Jones, even though he was coming to Ravinia just 2 weeks later. They took a Panama Canal cruise and visited Peru and Ecuador and Guatemala and more. He wanted to do so much with his wife. He even took her to an Eagles concert. Mickey always joined the family for holidays. He was a fighter to survive. Roxy shared that his caregiver said how brave and tough he was in these last few years, and he kept battling. I was fortunate to know him. He always asked questions. His thirst for knowledge was clear. Like our biblical Abraham, he was a learner and he was an educator. These two identities defined him, and they stood side by side, one with the other. And even until the end, he was asking big questions because he didn't know what was next. And while Judaism believes in Olam Haba, a heaven sort of existence, we don't, of course, for sure know. But what we do know for sure is that he educated a lot of people. He made those close in his life, like Roxy and Jean and Gary and others, feel a special connection to him. That we are here today to remember and to celebrate a life of an educator, a traveler, a fighter, a brother, a husband, a friend, and more. In life, Mickey did all the things he wanted to do. He followed his passions and his professions with worthy goals, and we must continue those quests on his behalf. I want to leave the family with some words of blessings taken from Michael's life. To Sherry and the extended family, never stop searching for answers. There's so much more to always learn. To Jean and friends, ensure we continue to ask for advice. Always seek out experts and help. Roxy, may you love others as he loved you. Always go above and beyond for the people in your life. Gary, like a game of ping pong, the value of going back and forth with people so you can understand people better, love more, and grow as a seeker of knowledge should always be with you. And to all of us, may education in whichever arena we choose be at the epicenter how we progress as people going forward. May Mickey's memory forever be for a blessing, and let us all say, Amen. In just a moment, they're going to lower the casket. After the casket is lowered, we together as a community are going to do the greatest mitzvah in Judaism, which is to help Michael get to his eternal home. We're going to take a minimum of 3 shovels of earth. 3 shows intentionality in Judaism. From there, the first shovel at minimum will be upside down. And we don't pass the shovel to the next person, we place it back into the ground. Both the upside down shovel and the non-passing of the shovel shows our reluctance to say goodbye to our loved one. After the casket lower, I'll call on the family first, and then extended family and friends. Al nekamo yavo v'shalom. May Nikki go unto God in peace. Sur tamim polo ki chol rachab mishpat el emunah be'enav el tzadik v'yashar hu. Atzur tamim b'chol po'al mi omar lo tif'al hashlik v'matal v'ma'al u'met v'chayem orid sho'el v'ya'al. Atzur tamim kol maseh mi omar lo mataseh homer v'oseh chesed chinam lanu taseh v'zivku tanekeh keseh. Akshiva v'yaseh tzadik v'chol rachab atzur tamim erech alpayim maleh rachamim חמל נא וחוץ נא אל אבות ובנים, כי לך אדון הסליחות והרחמים. צדיק אתה אדוני המילות והחילות, אשר בידיך פתחון כל רוחות, כלילה לך בזכרנו למחות. והיו נא עיניך ברחמים עלינו ויבוכות, כי לך אדון הרחמים והסליחות. אדם אם בן שנה יהיה או 1,000 שנים יחיה. מה יתרון לו כלא היה יהיה, ברוך דיין האמת, אמת מתחיה, ברוך הוא כי אמת דינו. משוטט בכל בינו, משלום לאדם חשבונו בדינו, דכל לשמו הודיע ייתנו. ידינו אדוני כי צדק משפטיך, תצדק דבריך, תשגב שופטיך, ואין להר אחר מידת שופטיך. צדיק אתה אדוני וישר משפטיך. דיין אמת, שופט צדק ואמת, ברוך דיין האמת, שכל משפטיו צדק ואמת, נפש כולך בידיך. צדיק נעלה ימינך, רחם על פליטת ציון בידיך, ותאמר מלאך הרף ידיך. גדול העצה רב עלילה, אשר בידיך ביטחון על כל דרכי בני אדם, לתת לאיש דרכיו. כפר כפרי מעליו, ותתיישר אדוני צורי בלו ותבוא. אדוני נתן ואדוני לקח, איש אדוני מבורך. והוא רחום יכפר ולא ישחית, ירבה להשיב הכל ויאיר כל חמתו.
Just a moment, they're going to put out the shovels for us all to help Michael get to his eternal home. After you've had the opportunity to help with the mitzvah, I ask that you please come back under the canopy and we'll conclude with some final prayers. We'll call it the immediate family. First, there'll be two sides.
Ask everyone to please be extra careful around the grave.
그래?
Friends and extended family can form behind in the two lines.
If anybody would like to come on this side, it's really quite open over here.
Good, how are you? All right. How are you? Oh, gotcha. Thanks.
Before he has a girlfriend, he at the same time. Very popular woman. The girls go to his house. Look at where we go. In the house. One time, 3 girls. It's like at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Where they hide it in public.
Call my sister down, wait until it's over. Or maybe you should.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back together as a community. Just one announcement. For those who don't know, certain holidays abruptly end Shiva. One of those holidays is Rosh Hashanah, which is tomorrow evening. Begins tomorrow evening. So the family will be sitting Shiva beginning immediately after this at 133 Sprucewood in Deerfield. 1339 Sprucewood in Deerfield. Immediately following it, Minyan will be at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. We're going to say 2 final prayers. We'll say the El Malei Rachamim prayer, which we believe helps the soul go unto God. And then the opportunity for the family to say the first mourner's Kaddish. After that, we'll form 2 parallel lines so that the immediate family may walk through.
and see the support of the community around them. Please rise if you're able to for the El Malei Rachamim. El Malei Rachamim, Shochanen Baromim, Hametzeh Menucha Nechona, Tachar Kanfei Shechina, B'malo Kiddushim Torim, Kezohar Rakia Mazirim, Ed Nishmat, Meir Nachman ben Yisrael Yitzchak v'Rivka Shalach l'Olamo B'gan Eden Tiyam Nuchato Ana Bal Harachamim Hastireu B'Tzader Kenafech L'Olamim Utzror B'Tzor HaChaim Et Nishmato Adonai Nachlato V'Yanuach B'Shalom HaMishkavo V'Nomar Amen. Exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Michael Hokin, who has gone to his eternal home. Merciful one, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May his soul be bound of the bond of life. May he rest in peace, and let us all say, Amen. Mourner Scottish. Yikadal v'ikadash merava. Ve'alma divrach yutei v'yamich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agalav v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam l'me'omayah. Yibarach v'ishtabach v'pa'ar v'tramam v'naseh v'tadar v'talev v'talal shemei kudasha brechu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We conclude the service by saying, may Michael's memory forever be for a blessing, and let us all say,